Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. We have two blended Scotch whiskeys with no age statement. First, from 1899, Dewar's White Label from Dewar's, John Dewar and Sons, Bacardi Limit, owned by Bacardi Limited today, produced under a royal warrant in the Kingdom of Scotland, official provider of Scotch whiskey to the royal household. Introduced in 2016, Piperdean blended Scotch whiskey, product of Scotland, oak cask matured, premium quality. That's sort of a meaningless statement. All Scotch is oak cask matured. And saying it's premium is meaningless. It's just a marketing term. It has no legal bearing. An expertly blended Scotch whiskey matured in fine oak cask. It's a nice label. They haven't changed the label. I was just at Albertsons Saturday, and they have the same label. It's bottled in Kentucky by the Founders Company. The Founders Company. Who is the Founders Company? It's Sazerac. Price. About $32 for Dewar's. $31 to $33. Let's say $32. So about $32 for the handle. Piperdean, if you get a handle, I just checked the Albertsons website. 1,750 milliliter bottle, $15.99. So $16 for a handle of Piperdean, $32 for Dewar. So basically twice the price. Now, is it twice as nice? You say, well, what's the price for the regular bottle? $19 for Dewar, $8 for Piperdean. $8 and $19. So it's even more than twice the price if you're looking at regular size bottles. Let's think about this. Is Dewar's going to be twice as good? No. I couldn't even tell it apart from the last one I did. Last night I did a taste challenge and couldn't tell Sir Malcolm from Dewar's, and I thought I had it nailed. Sir Malcolm is a $10 bottle versus $19 for Dewar's. So it's no knock against Dewar's, and I'm not saying it's not a good Scotch and it's not worth buying. It's fine, buy it if you want. They focus on cocktails, though. First thing they tell you on their website, this is a great Scotch for making highballs. Okay, so that's where they're pushing your attention, not for sipping neat. Okay. They have a lot more expensive Dewar's, old age ones that are for that. D for Dewar's. Okay. Let's see, what was I going to say? Yeah, it's not a knock against Dewar's. It's just a tribute to the quality of the cheapos. In other words, Sir Malcolm, Piperdean, and Highland Mist and all of that stuff, they're well made, so you can get something for half the price that'll be nearly or as good as the one you're paying twice as much for. That's my... Now, I said this yesterday evening. When it comes to blended Scotch, if you're paying $18 to $20, the Johnnie Walker Red Label is probably twice as good as those $10 bottles, in my opinion. So I find that the Johnnie Walker Red Label is distinctive, and it does measure up above the J and B, the Dewar's, and that. All right. I mean, J and B is good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like super distinctive. Whereas Johnnie Walker Red is super distinctive. Okay. Maybe that's why it's the #1 selling blended Scotch in the world. The Piperdean is a little bit lighter. It's like light gold, and the Dewar's are more like deep gold. But I don't think it's enough to where I have to close my eyes. So I got the Dewar's website link. All right. Now I'm sitting there talking about how it's sort of ho-hum and ordinary. Okay, it is. So is that saying you shouldn't go buy the 12-year-old, the 15-year-old, the 18, the 25? Buy the white, start. I'd say buy it. You know, it's one-time investment. Buy a bottle. Double, double 21, double, double 27, double, double 32. Now, if you get four-stage aging process, it's in a very fancy box bottle. It goes on and on. It's not going to be $32. All right. Maybe $432. I mean, we're talking about extremely expensive. Johnny Walker has the same thing. You say, oh yeah, Blue Label, $275, $265 or whatever. I got it for $226. But that's not their most expensive because they got like King George V. They're above the blue. Those you might have to special order. I mean, they may not have it in stock. And then you can negotiate the price with the store. Like say, oh, I don't want to pay $475. I'll pay you $425 and that's it. They say, okay. Stuff like that. So, but we're not dealing with things like that on this channel too much or at all, really. The highest one I've gone to is Johnny Walker Blue. So far, I mean, I wouldn't look for too many of those. But you know, there was kind of surprises. When I show you the price I paid for the Dewar's 12-year, you're going to be shocked. Later on this year, you're going to say, nah, you're making that up. Nobody in the world selling it for that price. I'm going to tell you, look, maybe it was a mistake. I seriously doubt that. I don't know what the story was. I just saw the price tag. I came home after buying it. My friend Dave was like, why you didn't get me one? I said, I don't know what you drank, you know. Well, you rushed over here. You had to go get it. I'm going to get it. And then he was like, well, buy a second bottle. I said, well, I'm not buying a second bottle. And then, of course, a couple of hours later, that third bottle was gone. I mean, there's no way it was going to last at that price. That's not going to happen. But we'll get to that later. And I mean, months later. Smells like sweet cereal grain. You say, oh, not that again. Yeah, well, that's what they smell like. It's just not that complex. B Aviation says, good morning, Ryan. Good morning to you. Thanks for watching. Daylight's coming into play here. Now, this is not as sweet in the cereal grain note. Cereal grain meaning corn and barley malt mostly. Do they have wheat? It could be, I guess. Rye. I've never read any regulations saying Scotch could not have rye. I don't think it's a common thing to add it, but it could. We say, what about rice? I guess you'd have to really research the Scotch legal guidelines. They probably got some wacky stuff out there. Just bought some Seagram 7. Going to try it for the first time. It's a good choice. That's the #1 selling American blended whiskey. We're dealing with blended Scotch whiskey, but the #1 blended American whiskey is Seagram 7 Crown. Been on the market since 1934. But see, they got a higher percentage of straight bourbon in that, or straight whiskey. Doesn't have to be bourbon. It could be bourbon that was aged in used barrels, which would disqualify it for bourbon. But I mean, in a technical sense, but you know, in a real sense, because bourbon has to be in. That's what makes bourbon bourbon. New charred oak barrels. If it's a used barrel, then it's whiskey instead of bourbon whiskey. I know, technical, but this one smells more peaty, so I think it's the Dewar's. You say, well, what if somebody wanted to add rice? Because you could distill rice and make a liquor from it, like a rice whiskey. What if you wanted to use that with bourbon? 51% corn, 49% rice. Make it a real wild, off-the-wall tasting product. You could do it if you want. There's no law against it. I know that much. It doesn't say what the grain has to be. It says it has to be at least 51% corn. The other grains don't matter. What if it's 100% corn? Fine, that's fine. And you could sell it. 100% corn bourbon whiskey. You can call it Corny. Mr. Corny. Or it could be the Mr. Boston Corny series. I don't know. I'm just thinking crazy stuff. I saw some Mr. Boston. But it's not too common around here. I know Sazerac makes it because they bought it. But if I see Mr. Boston blended bourbon, blended American whiskey, I'll get it. If I see the straight bourbon, I know it's a black label, I'll get it. I'm not going to be running out to look for it. I got too much bourbon anyway. I don't have too much scotch though. See, so I'm kind of low on that end. No problem, no problem. It tastes like sugar water. You say sugar water. Wow. Yeah, it tastes like sugar water. It tastes like, to me, whiskey tastes like sugar candy, like rock candy. I know. If it's tasting like rock candy, it should be rum, right? Not whiskey, but I'm just telling you what it tastes like. What about smoke? What about peat? Yeah. No. Is it Johnny Walker Black Label that's 12-year aged? I think so, yeah. I've never had it, but it's on my list. And then there's the double black and the silver and the platinum, the green label, the this and the that. Okay. A lot of peat relative to what I just drank. But see, when I drank the Dewars last night against Sir Malcolm, I was saying, oh yeah, this one has more peat action and it's got more bread dough. Oh, and I said, the other one's got more bread dough, more single malt, I think. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I said, that's the Dewars. That's the Piper, the Sir Malcolm. So I kept saying, this is Sir Malcolm. Then I did the reveal. I said, oh, it was Dewars. So I thought the Dewars was Sir Malcolm, and I thought the Sir Malcolm was the Dewars. Well, even before I did the reveal, I was saying the price wasn't justified. I saw a small bottle of the black label at Walmart for I think $18.99. I almost bought it. I've gotten away from buying small bottles, except for doing my little Friday nights liqueur samplers, because I can't stand to drink liqueurs. And then my friend David bought me a huge bottle of the pickle flavored vodka and a huge bottle of the George Dickel Tabasco barrel. I wish he would have bought me like some blended scotch or some bourbon, but that's all right. He got a good deal on it. I don't know if he got a good deal on the Dickel. He got a great deal on that pickle vodka because he said, I was at international market. I say, yeah, I know. They always have these crazy prices, like buying liter bottles of blackberry brandy and spiced blackberry brandy for $1.99 each. You said $1.99 for a liter of blackberry brandy. Yes, that is the price, or was. I bought 2, and then I felt sick after drinking a Four Loko Black, and I was like, oh, I can't stomach that stuff. And I told my daughter, you can have them. She was all happy. Oh, yeah. So when I see her, I'll give it to her. Then I was regretting it later. I was like, man, I should have kept those. Those might have been good. Of course, I can still buy some more, I guess. I'm not dying to buy blackberry flavored brandy, though. I'm sure it's fine. It's naturally flavored. It's not fake. It's real blackberry. But, oh, well, I know what blackberries taste like. I know what brandy tastes like. But those little sample bottles of liqueur are fine for me because then I could drink it once and don't have to ever see it again and do the little Friday night hangouts. So I got Yukon Jack coming up, which I know nothing about, but I think they're famous, and I believe it was one of those that Sazerac bought from Diageo, if I'm not mistaken. They bought the Yukon Jack line. And then Sazerac bought the Southern Comfort line from Brown Forman. They keep buying these liqueur lines from somebody because they really, really want to do that. How do Ronaru? Says Beer Hound. I'm fine. Okay. Thank you for watching at this early morning. Okay, hour. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So basic. It tastes like a biscuit. You say a biscuit. I don't know, like, well, you know what a biscuit is, made from flour. So it doesn't taste bad. There's nothing bad about it. It's not like I'm tasting and going, oh, it's terrible. Oh. Now, a really seasoned Scotch drinker might sip this and say, are you kidding me? Are you crazy? I'm drinking Charlie. Okay. Don't know what that is. Cheers, Ron, says question mark. Cheers to you. This is so basic. Would I buy it again? No. One bottle was enough. And I think I paid $6.99. The price jumped $1. But yeah, it's okay. No off aromas, no off flavors, and no bad bite. Just bland. It's so bland. It's like the world's most blandest Scotch, which some people would love, because I know people that love bland everything. Food with no spices, no hot sauce, no nothing. And they love it. You say, not Louisiana. They eat all that hot food. Well, that's what on TV, if you watch a television show, you know that. But in reality, most people I know, they eat bland food. Ago Pogo Charlie Hayes, the best beer I've had to date. Huh. The best beer to date. Wow, that's saying something. All right. This is the Dewar's. It ain't that great either. Now, I don't want you to take this wrong. Like, oh, you got to. It's better than the Piperdean. I'll give it that. It's better. But I don't know about twice as good. I really don't think I would pay $32 for Dewar's when I could get the Piperdean for $16. I'm getting the same amount of alcohol, whiskey, but for half the price. And furthermore, I haven't lost that much because Dewar's doesn't offer that much to start with. So it's hard for Dewar's to shine because it doesn't have much going for it. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. It's no nastiness. There's no off, like I said, no off aromas, no off flavor, no bad body, no bad bite. But Dewar's is just like that. I would like to see you do that one. I would too, but if I'd have to show up in Louisiana. But we get some strange things now. We've been getting some strange things lately. Very strange. And I got something yesterday, very cheap. A chocolate peanut butter porter from Wisconsin, Lupulin Brewing. Mathern's had them pint cans now on closeout for 99 cents. The date wasn't really bad or anything, so I said 99 cents. Oh, well, I guess I'm buying them. I already had it once, but I could use it for Stout Sunday now. That's a really good product. Hey, like Captain Antonio said, you better shop around, and I did. But actually, I wasn't shopping around. I just glanced and saw it. I wasn't even looking for it. I said, oh, yeah. All right, D for Dewar's. Ah, ha, ha. Ah, ha, ha. I know you're jealous. No, that didn't prove much because I think most anybody could get this contest correct. It's like, you know how bland Dewar's is? Piperdean is way more blander than that. You say you didn't talk about any kind of wood, no oak character. Yeah, I know because I didn't pick it up. On that last sip, I picked up a little peat. Weird, huh? But it took me the whole sipping protocol to get to it. I mean, it's rock candy. It's sugar water, so 40%. It costs $7.99, and that's what it tastes like. It should cost $7.99. So I can't say anything about. What can I say about Piperdean? Piperdean. Here, I'll make up a marketing slogan. Piperdean. It's less than $8. I mean, that could be their slogan. Piperdean. It's less than $8. You say, I know some old drunks that would love that slogan. Yeah. Oh, there's more. You could say it's less than $8 and it ain't nasty. That would be. It's less than $8 and it ain't nasty. So that would attract a lot of people. It isn't nasty. It's just nothing. Like I just say, you heard me. Nothing came out of my mouth. Like you say, describe Piperdean. That was me describing Piperdean. And it ain't too much more with Dewars. Let's be honest. No way it's twice as good. There's no way. If I was looking to buy one of these two, and I wouldn't be looking to buy either one of these. I would never buy either one of these, and I wouldn't even really recommend them. I say, man, if you like bland, if you want something almost totally vacant of flavor and aroma, and you just care about the 40 proof, I mean the 80 proof, and but you don't want any bad bite or anything. Hey, well, those would be perfect. Okay, no bad bite, smooth and flavorless. You got it. So maybe there's an appeal area for that. But I wouldn't pay $32 when I could get the other one for $16. That's not going to happen. So I'm sorry, Dewar's loses. Has a better flavor. I don't think there's any dispute there. But there's no way it's twice as good. There's no way I'm paying $32 over $16. I think, okay, so I've said that enough. And remember now, in previous taste challenges, Dewar's has actually lost outright, like literally lost the challenge to much cheaper products. 100 Pipers. I can get that for $8.99. $1 more than Piperdean. And I got it for $3.98 one time. $3.98 for a full size, 750 milliliters. True story. I can back that up. It's way better than Dewar's. Okay, Piperdean from Chivas Brothers is like just literally better than Dewar's, and it's a third of the price. So, or nearly a third of the price. So, what other one did Dewar's lose to? It didn't really. It tied with Highland Mist. Tied. And Highland Mist is so drab, and that's right there at Total Wine for the same thing, $16. So, final story. This is it for Dewar's. I think I forgot to go against one scotch that I had, but I can't remember what it is. If I overlooked it, I'll come back around and do it. I think I covered everything. The final assessment of Dewar's White Label. It's okay. Cutty Sark is way better, and Cutty Sark is like $14 a bottle, and Dewar's is $19. You can go ahead and pay $5 extra, and you're going to lose Cutty Sark. J&B is so much better than Dewar's, it's not even funny. It's a joke, and it's the same price. Johnny Walker Red Label destroys Dewar's. Yeah, that's right. I did do that taste challenge. I thought for a minute, you didn't do that one. Yeah, I did. That's a laugh. That is like a tragic kingdom. I'm calling Gwen Stefani. She's gonna come over and we're gonna, because look, and they're the same price point. Johnny Walker Red Label and Dewar's White Label is the same price point, and it's so wide. There's such a wide disparity between the two. It cannot win. It cannot win. So sorry, Dewar's, you just don't measure up. I don't know what to say, except this. We're going to come back in a few months, could be 6 months, but we're going to come back with Dewar's 12-year. Now we're going to step the game up. Stepping up the game, Dewar's 12-year. Now they talk on their website like they're implying like 30 years ago they came up with Dewar's 12-year. But maybe that's the modern Dewar's 12-year, because I was looking at old advertisements from the 1930s, and they're talking about a 12-year age Dewar's, a 12-year age. Back then, it was like 90 proof. So they've been having that around off and on at least. And it just, now the new one is 80 proof, you know. So it's kind of like Captain Morgan White Rum. Captain Morgan white rum. They're saying we introduced it in 2014, but there was a Captain Morgan White in the 1970s for sure, because I found an old magazine ad from like 1973, and it was Captain Morgan. It just had a different name. It was like Captain Morgan White. It was just a slightly different name, but I'm sure it was the same thing. And at some point, it like they didn't make it for a while, I think, and that's why they're saying they introduced it in 2014. But you could go back, like literally, you might go to your great grandma's house and find a bottle of Captain Morgan White Label from 1958 that's never been opened. Okay, but so most every rum company makes a white rum. It's just that for a little while, for some weird reason, Captain Morgan didn't make one. But believe me, they did a long time ago. All right, enough of that. All right. Top ramen, Nissen versus Marichan. I guess I'll go with Marichan. Jules says, morning, mon ami. Good morning to you, my friend. Laughing out loud says, question mark, calling Gwen Stefani. She doesn't call back though, so I do take offense to it, really. She doesn't holler back, girl. I love the birds singing. I know it's better than power equipment that I usually get on my videos. Compressed air, lawnmowers, and all of that loud stuff. Weed eaters, you know. So Pat Benatar rules the chickland, says Beerhouse. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about all my ex-girlfriends, though, at this time. What is the most expensive? Because then you need to say, well, Stevie Nicks, y'all had a problem. Okay, I really don't want to get into that. All right, because that's hard. Stevie Nicks is old enough to be my mother, you know. So, all right, what is the most expensive Dewar's label? Oh, that's that double 32-year aged. Just look up the price, like on Total Wine. It's like outrageous, but it always say not in stock. So I'm sure you got a special order it. So everybody's laughing. We're having a good time. People are having a good time in the morning. All right, I'm going walking. That's it. So thanks for watching this video production. Sorry, Dewars, you haven't performed that well in these taste challenges, but it's expected because I didn't think you were going to perform that well because you're kind of bland. Stevie Nicks is still hot. I mean, she might be hot if she goes outside in the heat, gets overheated, but I don't know about Linda Ronstadt. Oh, yes. She had some very nice blue jeans and hip boots. I mean, maybe she was crawfishing or gigging for flounder, but no, she had some very nice knee boots and the little vest she wore in the blue jeans. Yes, very much. It was like a heat wave. I'm going to bed, says B Aviation. This is Heart Singer. Yeah, well, we can go on and on. Thanks for everyone. Go-go boots. Well, no, it's really like those late 70s leather boots that like Helen wore on the Jeffersons.